Hello, Facebook Live. Just getting settled here, trying to find, as always, oh, that's not a bad light. Trying to find the good light. I gotta tell you, it is a beautiful day in my little corner of the world. I got bright sun, and I got green grass, and I got a little wind in the trees. You can't ask for much more, I think, on a beautiful summer day. Now, I know for a lot of you that this is not just a beautiful summer day, that some of you are either back at school this week or you are planning to be back at school, and oh, that hurts my heart. As here in this part of the world, we were always the first day after Labor Day, so we have a whole other month of summer, but we didn't get out till June. So I know that there's lots of balance, but it just feels so weird to be thinking about school. But that is neither here nor there, because it doesn't matter how I feel. I am not a part of this equation at all. If you are getting ready for school, you are getting ready for school. And that means that we have to help you get ready for school. So we've got two downloads in the description, of which I'm going to show you examples of both. So one of them has a beautiful poster that you can download, print, and slap up in your classroom. And the other one has a download list of exercises that you can also take into your classroom. First week exercises. What are you doing in your first week? What are you doing in your first week? If you have a go-to first week, first day exercise, what are you doing the first week with your students? Throw it down in the comments, whether you're watching this in the moment that I'm doing this or you come across this video later. There's always somebody who can use some help and use a couple of great exercises for the first week. Maybe you're sitting here watching this and you are preparing to go into your first classroom ever. And for that I say kudos to you. You know, teachers are people who we need, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. The drama classroom is one of the most important classrooms that we've got in the school system. I know there's many people who would disagree with me, but I don't think there's a place where you can learn more real-world skills, more communication skills, more collaboration skills, more just the self-confidence in getting up and doing something in front of others, the confidence to fail a little, and someone having your back to try something new. Creative thinkers are not necessarily arts thinkers. There's creative thinking in every single solitary field that's out there, and that's what's happening in the drama classroom. But what that means is that when you walk into your first day of class, your first week of class, there are so many things that you have to make sure you are establishing, procedures that you are establishing, the structure of the drama classroom. The drama classroom is not, I think those who know about how to get a drama classroom situated know that it's not chaos, it's not games, it's there's way more structure in a drama classroom than some people might think, and that is most important. Alright, let me share with y'all. Okay, so let me get working, two hands at the same time, computers falling. Okay, so the first thing, perfect. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I wanted to share with you that is in the link, and this is just that whole notion of how are we starting off the year. And so the one thing I wanted to share with you is a theater etiquette document. And this theater etiquette document, you can come into the link and click the link and it'll take you right to it. And it's going to come with a poster, and I'm going to show you that too. But it's the whole notion of behavior and expectations, right? The drama classroom needs expectations, and the theater world needs expectations, and you can basically get them going at the same time. What is theater etiquette? You may have students, particularly if you're teaching a drama 1, you're going to have students who don't know what it means what the theater etiquette means, what it means to behave in a classroom, what it means to behave in a theater, what it means to behave when you're an audience. And it's really important to identify a code of behavior in the classroom and in the rehearsal hall, right? And I really like this. Your students are pushing themselves outside of their comfort zone. They're exploring characters who are different from them. They're exploring unfamiliar stories. They're trying to move their bodies. And students need a safe place. Your classroom is a safe place. They need to know that they can express. They need to know that they can try. They need to know that they can make a mistake and it's going to be okay. And that's what theater folk is. There's a slip. Theater etiquette is to coming up with ways to make creating a safe space, and then having your students involved in defining those expectations, right? So it's that you're not coming in on the first day and saying, here are the rules. Here are the rules of my classroom that you will follow. Insert evil laugh here. But if they're the ones who are coming up with their classroom norms, their classroom expectations, their classroom guidelines, it becomes a lot harder for them to go against them, because it wasn't something that you set down on high. It's something that they all agreed upon, right? And they agreed on the procedure, and they agreed on whatever it is they're doing. The idea that theater etiquette equals respect, again, it all comes back to that safe space. Making sure that everybody knows that those who are on stage and those who are off stage are equal partners in creating a play. And again, this works in the classroom, it works in the rehearsal hall. If you're going to have kids in your class who feel that they are not as worthy because of a preconceived notion of creativity, a preconceived notion of talent, drama classroom can have this idea of, oh, I can't do that because I'm not a good actor. Oh, I can't do that because I can't sing. And it's not about, particularly on the classroom, it's not about talent, and it's not about talent, and it's not about creativity in that regard, that talent equals creativity. It is about setting up the norms of effort, setting up the norms of respect, setting up the norms of safe space, that deciding that it's not the best talented actor who gets the applause or the praise. It's the person who puts themselves out there, who puts themselves out of their comfort zone, right? I need to go with this one. And that thinking of the audience, really making sure. I find that student actors don't think a lot about their audience, and that's really important. Hey, Shelby Lynn, yep, she's talking about once you're setting out the behavior expectations, depending on the class, students either create a tableau, write a short scene, create a couplet, or create a poster that represents one of my behavior expectations. Oh, that's so awesome! So now what you're doing is you're taking expectations and turning it into a theatrical moment. Oh, Shelby, I like that. I like that very much. Okay, so then this comes with this poster. So all you have to do is go to that link, and all you have to do is click the link, download this poster, and throw it up in your classroom. What rules should a theater... so this is all about theater audience etiquette, right? Respecting the performance, watch and listen, no talking, no eating, no cell phones, and staying in your seat. So then we have some first week exercises. The first week of the drama class, that's a make or break week, right? That's where your students are going to know what kind of teacher you are. How are you setting up the class? And the fact that the drama classroom is so different than a regular classroom. More often than not, you may not have chairs, you may not have tables. That in order for a lot of games to succeed, exercises, the wonderful Gay Jones calls them experiences, not games, ensemble experiences, small group experiences, Love that word. You want to get, for a lot of you, I'm sure getting that word game out of the vocabulary of the drama classroom is very important. But to have a very worthwhile, honest experience, students need to be comfortable with each other. So these kind of icebreaker games, get to know you each other games, establishing trust games. An administrator would walk into a classroom and be like, well, what are you doing? You're just playing. And it's like, no, you are turning your class into an ensemble. You are turning your class into a community. You are turning your class into a safe space, a space that functions at its best. Right? So we have, all I have to do is go to that, go to the link in the description. We're talking about that first week of class. What are your first week of class go-to exercises? Shelby Lynn has a wonderful one in the comments. Put your great first week exercise in the comments. As I've said, you may be watching this right now when I'm recording it, but you may be coming across it later, so it's never too late to throw in a comment and leave it there. You never know who you're going to help. We have so many teachers in our community who are teaching for the first time, who are new to the teaching classroom, to the drama classroom, who have been teaching something else and have been thrown into the drama classroom. It's, you teach English, that means you can teach drama. And as we know, the drama classroom is so different than any other classroom. Anything that we can do to help you folks, we're going to do. So these exercises, we have these 10 exercises. They come in a really nice little packet document. And they are a lot about breaking the ice, having your students get to know each other, right? So here, 60-second vacation. Students get into pairs, each share a memorable moment from summer vacation, and then the pair has to switch stories and make their partner's story their own, right? And they have to do it in 60 seconds and perform it for the class. 3 things. What are you proud of? What do you want to accomplish? Students take index cards and write down 3 things they're proud of, 3 things they want to accomplish during the semester. And the teachers can collect them and on the last day semester take out the cards and see how everyone did. Or if you want to do this anonymously, people have to write it down on the cards anonymously, and then maybe you can post them so that everyone can see what everyone wants to accomplish. But because it's the beginning of class and it's not identified as who anyone is yet, you could do this 3 times. You could do it at the beginning of the year where maybe it's an anonymous thing. You could do it in the middle of the year where people identify with their goals, and then at the end of the year, then you can refer back to it. Unguessable fact. Can you fool your classmates? Everybody takes a piece of paper and writes down something about themselves that they think no one else will guess. You collect them and shuffle them, and then one by one they're read out. Can your class guess who these facts belong to? And absolutely, you, the teacher, should include yourself on that list. We do so many things where the students have to get to know each other. You have to get to know your fellow classmates, but you also want the students to get to know you in the confines and in the context of you're working together in the drama classroom, right? There is an inherent line there because you are the teacher and they are the student. However, if there's an opportunity where you can say that you've been skydiving, or that your favorite activity is karaoke, or that you traveled to Japan, these are identifying things that give you something that they can connect to without breaking that line between teacher and student. All right, then we've got get to know your classmates. Oh, look at that. That's so funny. I've talked about getting to so they can get to know you, and that's what that exercise is all about. Do you know your neighbor? Everyone sits in a chair around a circle with one person in the middle. The person in the middle asks the one person in the circle, do you know your neighbors? right? And there's two possible answers. They know their neighbor's name, so on either side of them in the circle. But what I'd like to know is who's wearing blue jeans. And at that point, everybody wearing blue jeans, for example, has to leave their seat and find another. The person in the middle also has to find a seat. Whoever's standing at the end is now the person in the middle. And if they don't know their neighbor's name, so they say no, and at that point, the two neighbors have to stand and switch seats while the person in the middle tries to claim one of those empty seats. Yes, these are all these games. It shouldn't be personal. It's all it is just getting to know you. There's the good old game, Wink Murder. This one is all about identifying facts about yourself, and if you can find someone else who has a fact, that fact too. This is like speed dating, only with introductions. So there's an inner circle and an outer circle, and if there's a very short period of time, and they have 1 minute to ask their pair questions. And introducing yourself, I left this one till last. Spell your name with your butt. It's an icebreaker. Spell your name, stand in a circle, just move your butt. All right. So if you have an icebreaker game, something that you do when you are in your first week of class. What are the procedures that you set up? How do you set up your procedures? Throw a comment down in there so that you can share them with whoever happens upon my face talking in this video, looking out at some really nice greenery and some really nice sun, and hopefully that's something that you are looking out onto as well. Click the link in the description, and I want you all to have a wonderful evening, a fabulous day, and if this is your first week of school, all the best wishes and the best luck to have that amazing first week that you know is going to set you off on a wonderful year, having amazing experiences with your students. And if your first week is coming up, you're going to be great. All right, have a good time.